Uganda's kingdom of Toro is mourning the death of its traditional ruler, Omukama Oyo Nyimba Kabamba Iguru Lukidi IV. King Oyo died on Thursday, August 27, 2026, at the age of 34. The announcement was made by the Prime Minister of Toro Kingdom, Calvin Armstrong Romile Akike, who described the death as an immeasurable loss to the royal family, the people of Toro, and Uganda. For almost 31 years, King Oyo had occupied the throne of one of Uganda's historic traditional kingdoms. Oyo Nyimba Kabamba Iguru Lukidi IV was born on April 16, 1992. to King Patrick David Matthew Kaboyo Olimi III and Queen Mother Best Kemgisa. His father died on August 26, 1995. Oyo was only 3 years old. On September 12th that year, he ascended the throne of Toro. He subsequently became internationally known as the world's youngest reigning monarch, according to the Toro Kingdom's official biography. The circumstances of his childhood were therefore unlike those of most children. While still at an age when many children were beginning their formal education, Oyo Nyimba Kabamba Iguru was already carrying the title and responsibilities of a king. His early education was conducted at home before he moved into formal learning environments. The Toro Kingdom says he later studied at Kabila International School and obtained a Bachelor of Business Management from Winchester University. In April 2010, when he turned 18, formally assumed full operational control of the kingdom. It marked an important transition from a monarch whose public image had been defined largely by his extraordinary childhood to a young adult increasingly responsible for the affairs of the kingdom. King Oyo's reign was primarily centered on the cultural and traditional leadership of the people of Toro Kingdom. But his public activities extended beyond ceremonial duties. According to the Toro Kingdom, he championed initiatives involving young people, education, agriculture, environmental conservation, and sport. He was also involved in campaigns relating to HIV and AIDS awareness and children's rights. In April this year, on his 34th birthday, the kingdom marked the occasion not with large public celebrations, but with a medical initiative that provided collective surgery to over 30 children in Fort Portal. In April this year, on his 34th birthday, the kingdom marked the occasion not with large public celebrations, but with a medical initiative that provided corrective surgery to 30 children in Fort Portal. King Oyo's reign spanned a period of significant change in Uganda. He became king in 1995, when he was still a child, and remained on the throne as Uganda entered a new millennium, experienced rapid technological and social change, and saw traditional institutions continue to evolve within the country's constitutional framework. In 2025, he marked 30 years on the throne. Few aspects of his life were ordinary. His childhood made him internationally famous. His adulthood was defined by the challenge of giving meaning and direction to a traditional institution that had been entrusted to him before he was old enough understand its significance. On Thursday, August 27th, concerns about King's health intensified. Earlier that day, Toro Kingdom confirmed that the 34-year-old monarch was in critical condition and appealed to the public to pray for him and refrain from spreading unverified information. Later that evening, the kingdom confirmed his death. The Prime Minister said King Oyo died at approximately 10 p.m. The kingdom has not publicly disclosed the cause of death. Earlier reports had circulated about his health and treatment in the United States, but the official announcement of his death did not give further medical details. The death of a monarch naturally raises questions about the future of the crown. Toro Kingdom says that continuity of the crown is assured. The kingdom's prime minister has confirmed that King Oyo left behind a prince who is expected to become his successor. The identity of the prince and the details of the succession process will be announced according to the traditions and customs of the Toro Kingdom. King Oyo's story was above all a story of a child who inherited a crown and grew into the institution he represented. He became king at 3 years. He came of age on the throne, and he spent almost 3 decades representing the cultural identity and heritage of the people of Toro. His reign was one of the longest chapters in the modern history of the kingdom. For many Ugandans, however, King Oyo will be remembered first as the little boy who became a king, and then as the man who carried the crown into adulthood. Omukama Oyo Nyimba Kawamba Iguru Lukidi IV was 34 years old. He leaves behind the royal family, a kingdom in mourning. He leaves behind the royal family, a kingdom in mourning, and a legacy that stretches from his extraordinary childhood to more than 3 decades on the Toro throne. As the kingdom begins its mourning and prepares for the next chapter of its history, the crown of Toro moves forward. King Oyo is dead. His reign has ended. His legacy remains. May he rest in peace.